Hi everyone, today I will solve the questions in the past paper IGCSE Mathematics 0580 in October-November 2023, and this is question paper 22. Question 1. Write 24.07839 correct to 2 decimal places. First, we see that the digit in the second decimal place is 7. So we underline it and we check the digit on the right. The digit on the right is 8, which means we need to round 7 up to 8. So the answer is gonna be 24.08. Next, we also write this number correct to the nearest 10. So we'll check the digit in the 10th digit, which is 2. So I underline it, and I check the digit on the right. It is 4. 4 means we need to round 2 down to 20. Question 2. Write down the number that is 9 greater than negative 23. This is negative 23. If we want a number to be 9 greater than it, it means we need to add 9 more. So the answer is negative 14. Question 3. Find the value of V when U is 30, A is negative 2, and T is 7. So we just substitute U equals 30, A is negative 2, and T is 7. This is 30 minus negative 2 times 7 is 14, so 30 minus 14 equals 16. Question 4. Change 62,000 millimeters into kilometers. First, we know the relationship between kilometer to meter and then to millimeter. From kilometer to meter, we need to multiply by 1,000 because 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters and 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters. So to convert from millimeters to kilometers, we need to divide by 1,000 times 1,000 is 1 million. This means we need to divide 62,000 by 1 million. To do this, we will need to move the decimal point 6 places to the left because in the number 1 million there are 6 digits 0. So I'll move this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we add 0 and 0 here. Then the final answer is 0.062 kilometers. Question 5. The diagram shows 2 intersecting straight lines crossing 2 parallel lines. Find the value of x. First, we see that these 2 red angles are co-interior angles. So they should add up to 180. They are co-interior angles. So they will add up to 180 degrees. So to find this angle, we'll write 180 minus 114 equals 66 degrees. And then these 3 angles, 50, 66, and x, they also add up to 180 degrees because they are the 3 angles on a straight line. So we'll write 50 plus 66 plus x equals 180 degrees. They are angles on a straight line. So x is equal to 180 minus the sum of 50 and 66. So the answer for this is 64. Question 6. A. Explain why 111 is not a prime number. First, we see that in this number, the sum of the digits is 3. And 3 is divisible by 3. It means 111 is divisible by 3. Or you can write 111 is equal to 3 multiplied by 37. So, it is a multiple of 3. Or you can say it is a multiple of 37. B. Find a prime number between 110 and 120. First, we know that the prime number in this range should be the odd numbers because 2 is the only even prime number. So we'll check 111, 113, 115, 117, and 119. From question A, we know that 111 is not a prime number. 115 is not a prime number because it is divisible by 5. 117, the sum of the digits is 9, so it is divisible by 9. 119 is divisible by 7, so it's not a prime number. Then the only prime number is 113. I'll write down the number they are divisible by. This is divisible by 9, this is divisible by 7, and this is divisible by 3. Question 7. Find the bearing of Q from P. The bearing of Q from P, which means we start from P here. And then we move clockwise until we touch PQ. So we need to find this bearing. And how to do it? First, we see that this is a right angle because the north and the east should be perpendicular to each other. So to find the angle, the red angle here, we can subtract 39 from 90. 90 minus 39 equals 51. So this angle is 51 degrees. And then to find the bearing of Q from P, we can extend this line. And you can see that these two are parallel lines. This one is a transversal. So this angle and this angle are equal because they are corresponding angles. Which means this angle is 51 degrees. And the angle below it is a straight angle, 180 degrees. So the bearing of Q from P is 51 plus 180 equals 231. So we write the answer here. Question 8. Without using a calculator, work out 3 1/8 minus 1 3/4. First, we need to convert it into two fractions. 3 times 8 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25 over 8. Minus 1 times 4 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So we write 7 over 4. And the common denominator should be 8. So I keep the first fraction. And I convert the second fraction to the denominator of 8. 4 times 2 equals 8. So 7 times 2 is 14. Now 25 minus 14 equals 11 over 8. And we need to write the answer as a mixed number in simplest form. So I will convert 11 over 8 into a mixed number. 11 divided by 8 is 1. Remainder 3. So the fraction is 3/8. Question 9. Write 90 as the product of its prime factor. So first we'll write 90 here. And 90 is divisible by 2 because it is an even number. 2 is a prime number, so I circle it. 2 times 45 is 90. 45 is not a prime number, so we can split it into 45 is equal to 3 times 15. 3 is a prime number, so let's circle it. 15 is equal to 3 times 5, and these are the prime numbers, so we just circle them. And the answer is 2 multiplied by 3 squared times 5. Question 10. Expand and simplify. 2 times t is 2t. 2 times w is 2w. 3 times w is 3w. And 3 times negative 3 is negative 3t. Now 2t minus 3t is negative t. And then 2w plus 3w equals 5w. Question 11. The two shapes are mathematically similar. A. Find the value of h. We can write down the ratio 6.3 over h is equal to 9 over 5. They are the corresponding sides. Then to find the value of h, we will cross multiply 6.3 by 5, then we divide them by 9. So the answer is 3.5. B. The area of the smaller shape is 16 square centimeters. Now we calculate the area of the larger shape. So I will call this as A1, this is A2, and 9 is L1, 5 is L2. So you know the ratio of the area should be the square of the ratio of lengths, right? So A1 is what we want to find. A2 is 16 square centimeters. And the ratio of the lengths is 9 over 5. Then we square it. 9 squared is 81. 5 squared is 25. So to find the area A1, we cross multiply 16 by 81, then we divide it by 25. And the answer is 51.84 square centimeters. Question 12. The diagram shows a speed time graph for 16 seconds of a car journey. Find the deceleration of the car in the final 4 seconds. When you see deceleration or acceleration, it's actually the same as finding the gradient of the line. When the car decreases the speed, it means we have the deceleration here. And to find this gradient, just like when you find m, it is rise over run. The rise in this case is negative 10 and the run is 4. So we write negative 10 over 4 equals negative 2.5. But when we talk about the deceleration, we only use positive value. Deceleration or acceleration are the same. We only use positive value. So we only write 2.5, not negative 2.5. B. Find the total distance traveled during the 16 seconds. This one is the same as finding the area of the trapezium. The formula for the area of the trapezium is equal to A plus B all multiplied by the height divided by 2. A is 10, B is 16, and the height is 10. Then we divide it by 2. So the answer is 140 meters. Question 13. A. Find the value of P. Look at the left-hand side. We see that when we want to multiply the two numbers with the same power, then we just add up the two powers together. 3p plus 2p equals 729. 729 is actually 3 to the power of 6. And on the left, we have 3 to the power of 5p. Now the two bases are the same, so the two powers should be the same too. 5p is equal to 6, so p is equal to 6 divided by 5, which is 1.2. B. Simplify this expression. First, we need to split it into two parts. 32 to the power of 1/5 multiplied by x to the power of 10 on to the power of 1/5. 32 to the power of 1/5 is equal to the fifth root of 32 multiplied by x to the power of 10 to the power of 1/5 means we need to multiply the two powers together. The fifth root of 32 is 2 and 10 times 1/5 is 2. So the answer is 2x squared. Question 14. Y is equal to 2w squared minus x. Rearrange the formula to make w the subject. To make w the subject, first we need to remove x by adding x to both sides. So y plus x is equal to 2w squared. And then we remove the number 2 by dividing both sides by 2. Equals w squared. Finally, w is equal to the square root of y plus x over 2. But when you take the square root, you need to remember to write positive or negative because we have two different values for this. So the answer is positive or negative, the square root of x plus y over 2. Question 15. On the diagram, shade the region P union not Q. This means we shade the whole of P and the whole of not Q. P is this one. And not Q means the section, the blue section. So this is the answer. B. The universal set is 20, and the set that is not in A or in B has one element, which means this is 1. And this also means that the number of elements in the set A union B is 20 minus 1 equals 19. NA is 12 and NB is 10. So do you remember the formula to find the number of elements in the set A intersection B? It is actually NA plus NB minus NA union B. NA is 12, NB is 10, and NA union B is 19. So 22 plus 10 minus 19 equals 3, which means the intersection of A and B has 3 elements. And now NA is 12. 12 minus 3 is 9, so this one has 9 elements. Finally, NB is 10. 10 minus 3 is 7, so this section has 7 elements. Question 16. Find the lowest common multiple of 12x to the power of 8 and 8x to the power of 12. First, the lowest common multiple of x to the power of 8 and x to the power of 12 is actually x to the power of 12. So we only need to find the lowest common multiple of 12 and 8. 12 is equal to 2 multiplied by 6. 6 is 2 multiplied by 3. So 12 is 2 squared times 3. And you know that 8 is actually 2 cubed. So the lowest common multiple of 12 and 8 is 2 to the power of 3 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24. So this one is 24x to the power of 12. Question 17. A. ABC are points on a circle center O. Angle OBA is 28 degrees. This means the angle OAB should also be 28 degrees because the triangle OAB is an isosceles triangle. OA and OB are both radii of the circle. Next, from this information, we can find the angle AOB, this blue angle. To find the angle AOB, we subtract the other two angles from 180 because the sum of the three angles add up to 180 degrees. So the angle AOB is 124 degrees. Finally, we'll find the angle ACB. This is angle ACB. It is the angle at the circumference, so it should be half of the angle at the center. ACB is half of the angle AOB. So half of 124 is equal to 62 degrees. 62. Question B. P, Q, and R are points on a circle. TU is a tangent to the circle at P. Angle TPR is 47 degrees, and angle PRQ is 52 degrees. Find the angle RPQ. RPQ is this red angle. We know that TU is the tangent, and the angle TPR is the angle formed by the tangent and the chord RP. So the angle 47 should be the same as the angle at the circumference, which subtended the same chord RP. This one is also 47 degrees. And now we need to find the angle RPQ. To do this, you know that the sum of the three angles is 180 degrees. So RPQ is equal to 180 minus 52 and 47. 52 and 47 add up to 99. So 180 minus 99 equals 81 degrees. Question 18. A solid cylinder has a radius of 5 centimeters and a height of 8 centimeters. The radius is 5. Calculate the total surface area of the cylinder. You know that there are 3 faces in a cylinder, so to find the total surface area of the cylinder, we need to find the area of the 2 bases. The base is a circle, the area of the circle is pi r squared, and we have 2 faces, the top and the bottom, so we need to multiply the base by 2. And then we add the lateral surface area. You know, when you unfold the cylinder, you will have a 2D shape like this. And the lateral surface area is equal to this blue side multiplied by the height. The height is 8. And the length of this rectangle is actually the circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r. So we will multiply 2 pi r by the height. Now let's substitute the numbers. 2 pi r is 5. So this is 5 squared plus 2 pi 5 times the height is 8. 5 squared is 25. 25 times 2 is 50. So we have 50 pi plus 5 times 8 is 40. 40 times 2 is 80. So the answer is 130 pi, which is 408 square centimeters. Question 19. Find the nth term of each sequence. Look at sequence A. We see the difference between any two terms is -3. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 minus 3 is -1. So it must be a linear sequence. And the general form of a linear sequence is a(n plus b). A is -3 and b is t0. T0 means we need to find the number that subtract 3 equals 11, and that is 14. So T0 is 14. Then we say that the sequence is -3n plus 14. B. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. And similarly, we multiply this by 5. So this should be an exponential sequence. And the general form of an exponential sequence is Tn equals T1 multiplied by r to the power of n minus 1. T1 in this case is the first number, 1. And r is the common ratio, which is 5 to the power of n minus 1. You know that any number multiplied by 1 is itself, so we just write 5 to the power of n minus 1. Question 20. The area of a rectangle is 55.2 square centimeters, correct to 1 decimal place. So if it is correct to 1 decimal place, we'll divide 0.1 by 2, which is 0.05. And now we'll write the area 55.2. We'll write down the upper and lower bound of it by adding 0.05 or subtracting 0.05. 55.2 plus 0.05 is 55.25. And when we subtract 0.05, we'll get 55.15. This is the upper and lower bounds for the area. Now let's look at the length. This is the area. And now let's talk about the length. The length of the rectangle is 9 centimeters. 9 centimeters, correct to the nearest centimeters. So we divide 1 centimeter by 2 equals 0.5 centimeters, which means we will add 0.5 or we subtract 0.5 to find the upper and lower bound. 9 plus 0.5 is 9.5, and when we subtract, we get 8.5 centimeters. And now we want to find the upper bound of the width of the rectangle. First, we need to consider the formula for the width. To find the width, we will divide the area by the length. So, the upper bound for the width is equal to the upper bound of the area divided by the lower bound of the length. So the upper bound of the area is 55.25. And the lower bound of the length is 8.5. So the answer is 6.5 centimeters. Question 21. The line y equals x plus 1 intersects the curve y equals x squared plus x minus 3 at 2 points. Find the coordinates of the 2 points. To do this, we will substitute y equals x plus 1 into the second equation. So we get x plus 1 equals x squared plus x minus 3. Now we will subtract both sides by x plus 1. So we get x squared. X minus x is 0. -3 minus 1 is -4 equals 0. This means x squared is equal to 4. Then x should be 2 or negative 2. When x is 2, then y equals 2 plus 1 equals 3. Or when x is negative 2, y is negative 2 plus 1 equals negative 1. So we have two pairs of answer, 2, 3, and negative 2, negative 1. Question 22. X is inversely proportional to the square root of w. So x is equal to k over the square root of w. When w is 16, x is 3. So we substitute x equals 3 and w equals 16. Root 16 is 4. So this means 3 is equal to k over 4. Then k is equal to 3 times 4 equals 12. So find x in terms of w. X is k 12 over the square root of w. Question 23. Some students record their reaction times. The table shows the results. So we have the reaction time and the frequency. On a histogram, the height of the block for the interval from 0 to 6 is 7.5 centimeters. Calculate the height of the block for the other interval. So when we talk about histogram, we need to find the frequency density. And the formula for the frequency density is frequency divided by class width. For the first block, the frequency is 18, and the class width is 6 minus 0 equals 6, so this is 3. And for the second block, the frequency density is equal to frequency divided by class width, which is 16 divided by 10 minus 6 equals 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So the ratio of the two blocks should be 3 to 4. And if the height of the first block is 7.5 centimeters, then we need to find the height of the second block. The ratio is 3 to 4. So to find the height of the second block, we just cross multiply 7.5 by 4, then we divide it by 3. So the answer is 10. Question 24. Simplify this expression. First, we will need to factorize the top and the bottom expressions. Then we try to cancel it. Ax minus 2a, the common factor is a, and we have x minus 2 left. For the other, we will write minus and then x minus 2. For the bottom expression, a squared minus 1. Minus 1 means minus 1 squared. So it can be a minus 1 multiplied by a plus 1. And now, on the numerator, the common factor is x minus 2. So we have a minus 1 left. And the denominator is a minus 1, a plus 1. So now we see that we can cancel a minus 1, a minus 1. So the answer is x minus 2 over a plus 1. Question 25. The derivative of 2ax to the power of 7 plus 3xk is 42x to the power of 6 plus 15x to the power of 1k minus 1. Find the value of a and k. So first we find the derivative of this. It is 2a times the derivative of x to the power of 7 is 7x to the power of 6. And the derivative of x to the power of k is k x to the power of k minus 1. So we simplify this. 2 times 7 is 14, a x to the power of 6 plus 3k x to the power of k minus 1. And according to the question, it is the same as 42 x to the power of 6 plus 15 x to the power of k minus 1. And from these two, we know that 14a should be the same as 42, and 3k should be the same as 15. So we'll write down 14a equals 42, and 3k equals 15. So a is 42 divided by 14 equals 3, and k is 15 divided by 3 equals 5. So a is 3 and k is 5. Question 26. The diagram shows a parallelogram OPQT. The position vector of P is A and the position vector of T is B. K is on PQ, so that PK to KQ is 3 to 1. The lines OK and TQ are extended to meet at X. Here it is. Find the position vector of X in terms of A and B. This means we need to find the vector OX. So when we look at the diagram, the vector OX is equal to the vector OT plus TX, right? And the vector OT is B. The vector TX is TQ, vector TQ plus vector QX. The vector TQ is the same as the vector OP. TQ is the same as OP because they are parallelogram. So OP is A. And now we only need to find the vector QX. This one, vector QX. So when you look at the triangle KQX and the triangle KPO, what can you see? They are similar triangles, right? Because the angle X is equal to the angle O. They are alternate interior angles. The same for the other two angles here. They are also alternate interior angles. Or you can say because this angle K and this angle K are the same, they are vertically opposite angles. So we say that the triangle KQX is similar to triangle KPO. So this means that the ratio KQ over KP is equal to QX over PO is equal to KX over KO. We should write down the three equivalent ratios and then check which one we can use. KQ over KP is 1/3 because it is given in the question. Equals QX over PO. This is what we want to find, so we can skip the third ratio. And from this, we know that QX is equal to 1/3 of PO. So the vector QX is actually 1/3 of the vector OP. Remember, vector OP, not PO, because PX is in this direction, so OP is in the same direction. So now we substitute everything into this. B plus A. QX is 1/3 of OP. And OP is A. So we write B plus A plus 1/3 of A. A plus 1/3 of A equals 4/3 of A. And we write B again. So this is the final answer. And this is the end of the test.